This reflection examines APST 3.5 Interpersonal Skills and Communication through the same Year 7 SimLabs lesson. In the lesson, I used a combination of verbal and nonverbal signals along with structure throughout the lesson to establish rapport. Whenever side conversations broke out, such as those between Savannah and Dave and later between Ava and Ethan, I had to repeat the signal to begin, requesting attention. The think, pair, share structure used for the footy versus shoe question gave students individual time to formulate their own thoughts before answering in pairs and then sharing with the class. Non-verbally, I stuck to a few habits, such as showing the instructional resource each time I referenced it to the students, pointing at students whenever I wanted them to speak, or writing the footy option on the whiteboard and gesturing when it was needed. Witt and Wheelis describe gestures and eye gaze as the two clearest forms of nonverbal communication that help establish psychological closeness. My gesturing came naturally, but maintaining eye contact was difficult, largely due to the virtual format rather than the approach itself. The think pair share also reflects two connected ideas from the unit. The individual thinking time gave students space to reason through the opportunity cost problem on their own, a form of complex cognition. The discussion stage adds a social layer where understanding was built through talking with others, which is social constructivism. This seemed to help quieter students like Ava, who gave a clear and confident response once the group came back together. Peer feedback after the session described my delivery as clear and coherent, and I felt I had addressed the students well. Nearing the beginning of the lesson, Ethan did say that is never going to happen while I was explaining an activity, and I failed to notice or respond until I reviewed the footage. Similarly, Dave had raised his hand while Savannah was giving her answer, and I only acknowledged it after she had finished speaking. A positive part of the lesson, though, was when Ethan asked me point blank, "Which would you buy, sir?" I could have ignored him, but instead chose to answer him with a personal anecdote. Answering him directly rather than deflecting built a sense of connection with him, what Fear and Stinner call relatedness, which can help increase student engagement. Ethan was engaged for the remainder of my story, indicating the method was successful for him. If I taught this lesson again, I would catch remarks like Ethan's when they happen, acknowledge raised hands as soon as I see them, and encourage more eye contact in a virtual setting where it does not naturally occur. Communication is not something layered onto a lesson, it is the relationship on which the lesson depends. None of these changes is large on its own, but cumulatively each one affects whether a student feels noticed.